Oh my God, I'm so excited. It's Oh my God, I'm so excited. I'm Charles Osborne, and oh my God, I'm Weird Barbie. I'm here today with Sterling Quinn. Sterling, you are the most Barbie core person I have ever met. And of course, she is wearing pink right now. What does that say on your shirt in rhinestones?
It's Saint Tropez. I got it in the kids section at the souvenir shop.
In Saint Tropez?
Yeah. But you have to shop the kids. So it's like a size 12 or something. But
You
it
you have
fits.
to shop the kids?
Well,
You,
they don't sell this for adults. They don't sell Barbie core all around the world internationally. Like you have to know what you're looking for to find it. You know what I mean? So the
how
kids section is usually the best.
Okay, that's fascinating and very skinny of you. Um,
Yeah, wait, like you're like subtle flex. Okay.
yeah, I I have not fit into the kids section since I was like 8 years old. I was like 120 pounds in the third grade. I was
Same, but I never grew from that. Like that was it. I just like maxed out there.
work. Good for you. Okay, Sterling, why don't you before we get in? So today, what we're gonna do, we're gonna be talking about the Barbie movie. Oh my God, if you haven't seen it, it's amazing. Spoilers ahead, spoilers alerting, alerting, alerting. But
You've been warned.
you have been warned. We're going to get into why I am Weird Barbie in a second. But first, what we're going to get into is Sterling. Can you tell us three funny facts about you, Sterling Quinn?
Okay, let's see here. I have dropped and broken my phone in Pablo Escobar's underground pool. I most people are surprised to hear I'm actually an interior architect. I do all the 3D modeling, construction documents, and of course, with the Barbie core, I have only worn pink for literally 10 years. 10 years. My toilet paper's pink. My stove is pink. I mean, you just can't get pinker.
Your stove is pink?
Yes, it's actually now non-functioning because I think it's flammable paint. So the fire department just came in and turned it off completely.
Why did the fire department come to your apartment?
I will say this, I thought that there was maybe like the smell of gas, but I ignored it for about a day. And then I really realized it was like filling up the building. So I called the fire department. They knew exactly where I lived. They knew me by first name. They were like, "Oh, it's Sterling's apartment, 3C, 3C." I'm like, "I moved. It's actually the one across the hallway." But yeah, they came in and then they're like, "We're just gonna turn off your gas because you bumped it, like probably dancing or doing something quirky." And then I guess the gas was leaking. And anyway, so I have a pink stove. They're like, "You probably shouldn't put paint on it. Like that's flammable." And then I spray painted my fridge pink. It's not looking too great right now. Some of it's trial and error.
Um, can we go back? I just have questions. What are you doing behind your oven? Because that's where the gas leak thing is. And you said that you were dancing. Did you like scoot the oven to the side doing the cha-cha in the kitchen? You doing the cha-cha slide enough to burn your house down? And also,
uh,
why does the fire department know you by name? Why do they know where you live? Are you in the calendar?
they okay, so one, I bumped the knob that like sort of, so it wasn't the back of the stove, it was like the front. So like it was just like
Oh.
slowly leaking gas. And I thought I like jiggled it to test, but like, what's a girl to do? It's giving bimbo, but like I'm not a bimbo at all. But like,
Exactly. This is what I love about you. I want to say this about Sterling is that she is smart as hell. She is smart. She is so interesting and so funny. She just has the Barbie core and also like look, and she also like has like hilarious moments. And I'm like, I kind of relate. And that's why we're friends, cuz I'm like a hot mess walking, but like my interior life is just beautiful.
it's just, it's Barbie's dream house, basically. Yeah. So the fire department knows me because the first time I tried to like cook on TikTok, it ended up like catching the stove on fire and the house on fire. So that was a pretty well known thing in Nolita. And so after that, the fire department actually invited me to their Thanksgiving last year. I couldn't go because I was with my family, but I was so honored. And so they've like, they live in the neighborhood. I see them every day. I see their like Dalmatian Tank. It's a
They
very
they
New York
actually
is a
have a
very
Dalmatian.
Yes, they do. His name is Tank. He's 2 years old.
Oh my
It's the cutest thing.
God.
Yeah,
That
I
was a
know.
capital T on the word tank. Oh my God. That's so
So
cute.
it's so cute. So I mean, yes, I know this is a bit of chaos that's following me everywhere, but it creates these like fun relationships in the city that you're like, why else would I know 25 firefighters and
Well, I
they
could,
love
I could,
me.
I could tell you stories about that, or at least dream scenarios about that. What I think I'm now.
Oh
So
god.
Sterling and I met on the set of Worst Cooks in America on Food Network. We were both contestants because we're both terrible. You heard what she did to her kitchen. I'm just now remembering. Didn't you burn down your kitchen twice?
So I feel like it was technically once. It did sort of happen when I was a kid making mac and cheese. It's just a microwave error.
So we'll get into the pink some more in a minute. You've got a pink stove. You've got a pink fridge. It's flammable and she don't care. She's a Carrie Bradshaw of Nolita. She's gonna keep sweaters in her fake stove. It is a Barbie core stove. It is essentially non-functioning at this point.
It
Um,
is non-functioning. That's exactly right.
Love this. We're gonna put a pin in that and we're gonna come back to it because first I need to hear about you dropped your phone in Pablo Escobar's secret underground pool?
Yeah.
Do you mean
We're
as opposed to an above ground pool, or like is it in? I guess it's in ground, and then this was underground.
so let me explain this. So
What were you
I'll give
doing there?
I'll give a quick recap. Casamolca in Tulum is a really, really high-end hotel that's on Pablo Escobar's original land. So Pablo Escobar back in the day, like had made these like underground pools and like all these like crazy things. And it's like he's all over Tulum. And so this is one of Pablo Escobar's property that there now there's like this like five-star hotel. They had flown me and their resident artists out, business class. It was wonderful. They hosted us for 2 weeks. Everything's paid for. Every morning you get a Class Azul little bottle with next to your nightstand. Like, I mean, it was like the nicest hotel I've ever stayed at. And in this hotel, they've like really like highlighted this like underground pool, and you like don't even know where it is. There's like a hole in the ground, and you go down these stairs. And I was just feeling like so pretentious, like I'm the hottest shit. Like I'm in Pablo Escobar's pool, so I have my phone out. I'm taking pictures. I'm taking videos, selfies, like really getting the content. And we're going down, and like I'm just like way too into it, and the phone just like kind of slips out of my hand and like falls into the water. And my dumb ass is like, this is my only phone. How am I going to like flaunt my trip for the rest of the time? No, I'm totally kidding, but for reals. And so I dive in, and the video is still going. I kid you not. The video is still going, and you see me, and underneath the water, I dive in. The phone is filming it from the bottom of the pool, and it's me like, like I look so crazy. And I try
Like
to get
like
it.
like one of those
Yeah.
portraits. Have you seen those portraits where they do dogs trying to catch balls underwater,
Yes.
or like just
Yes.
like that's you in Pablo Escobar's pool. You now
Yes.
have a video that's like the equivalent of at the end of the roller coaster when they take your picture. You can screenshot you from the bottom of Pablo Escobar's pool, like the guy at the in Sunset Boulevard. You are the dead body floating in Pablo
Oh,
Escobar's pool. Do you see how I spiraled this?
that was amazing. Oh my God. This is why I love you. This is why this energy is just wow.
It's
I mean,
Kenergy. It's a
it's
Barbie episode.
Kenergy.
It's Kenergy. Look at me.
The
Ah,
Kenergy.
I'm wearing sequins. She's wearing rhinestones. We're in
I
our
love
Barbie
it.
dream houses, respectively. This is going to be the most exciting thing once we get to the Barbie part. I
So
love this.
excited.
So did you recover the phone? Did you put it in rice? Do they have rice in Tulum? Of course they do. I eat Mexican
So
food.
no, no, they sort of do and they sort of don't. So what happened was I end up, getting the phone. It's immediately like absolutely not working. So I go and I'm like asking the restaurant, which they already closed the restaurant down for us to have a private dinner the night before. Like
Oh,
they know who
word.
we are. Like we were like their little royalty at that moment, which I'm a nobody. So I'm like, in this realm, like I don't know, I don't know them. They don't know me, but they're treating me so kind. So I'm like just asking all these favors. I like, can you do this? Can you do that? Can you give me Tylenol? I'm like, do you have rice? And they're like, I don't think we do. And then they like sent someone to go get rice and they brought it back for me. And then I'm like, what do I put it in? So I put it in a trash can. I mean, you know the drill. I mean, but it was a week, it was not working. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to do a little like magic here. So I did a little magic spell, which, you know,
What do you
some
mean?
people call I do some people call it witchcraft. I just did a little like seance of like, you know, a little ritual. I burned a candle, like, you know, some Palo Santo, said a prayer, said
To
a
recover your
chant,
phone.
and it worked.
It
And it
worked?
worked. After a week, it just turned back on.
The
And it
power of prayer.
yeah,
The power of good vibes, the power of witchcraft, the power of
yeah.
putting it out there in the universe saved a piece of technology.
Yeah,
This
and
is,
that's what matters the most. Just kidding.
yes, believe in yourself and believe in your phone.
No, it's crazy because like I mean, yeah, if you can do it with the phone, I mean, it really does work with the rest of your life. I like to use them on petty things and big important things too, but it's nice when you have a little bit of agency and like things that feel really out of control, like not having a phone in a foreign country, you know?
Yeah. I also want to point out that this Mexican restaurant in this Mexican hotel was so bougie that it didn't even have rice.
I know. I don't think the women eat carbs there. Like, it's just, I'm like, where are those breasts coming from? Like, no carbs? Okay.
They are coming from a doctor.
Yeah. So I'm like, give me his number, her
I
number.
I now am currently living in Southern California, and Southern California will ruin you for Mexican food. It is so
Oh,
good. The
so good.
cheap dive places in like San Diego or LA, like oh my God, Roberto's, like it'll change your life. It's like if there are bars on the window, you know the food is popping.
You're
Oh,
like, yeah, I'm from Pasadena. So, like, those street tacos, like, I grew up in Southern California. So, that's New York will never compare. That's the only cuisine New York does not nail is Mexican food.
yes. I or barbecue. Barbecue sucks in New York. Dinosaur barbecue
Yeah.
everybody goes to, it sucks. You are
Wait, what's it
wrong.
called? Dinosaur?
Dinosaur Barbecue in Harlem. It's like the only good place in town that people talk about for barbecue, and it sucks.
I
It
like
was in.
Mighty Quins, but it's biased because it's my name. So,
Hey, there you go.
okay.
What else was in Pablo Escobar's secret estate in Mexico? What
You
was that
know,
like? Did you do anything else crazy there?
the craziest thing I did, so for the most part, it's really just a really nice hotel. Like there's some cool rooftops, there's a great spa. And the weirdest thing actually which happened was we had met this really cool couple. They had a baby and we got really close with them. We would have lunch every day, you know, hang out in the baby pool with them and just kind of like chill. She had told me that her brother had passed, you know, a few years earlier and she had brought his ashes. And she was leaving that day, that afternoon when she had told me. And she was like, would you come with me to bury the ashes? Like, my brother's last wish is to be buried on Pablo Escobar's land.
What the was up with her brother? What? How is that
That was
your
all
last wish?
I, he was like,
I
some
have
like,
so many questions about this family now, but sorry,
I know, me
continue.
too.
Oh my
So
God.
she asked me, she's like, can you do a burial? I'm like, you know, I have like one of those like online, what do you call it? Like wedding, like I ordained minister, like $50. I have a card with my name on it that says like, I can marry you. I don't know if that's applicable in this situation, but like I had one. I was like, I think I can do this. So I took on the challenge. I was like, I'm going to help find a place to bury this, but it's really hard because you have hotel staff all around and you're not allowed to bury people on hotel property. So I like found this little area behind one of the like the huts, I guess, the houses, and I like dug it up with my bare hands like a dog. Like I literally dug like a hole, like maybe like six, well, this more than 6 inches, like a foot deep, and like put the ashes in, and like I said the prayers, and I was like, "Do you guys have any last words?" And she like really didn't say anything. She just had like silent thoughts. Then we buried it. I put a tree above it, and then she's like, "I have to go to the airport," and I was like, "I'll see you next year, hopefully." It was so.
I
Uh,
okay, one, this is a testament to how good of a person you are. That you got this close to somebody in real life. You on vacation, you made that quick of a connection with another human that they trusted you with something that sacred. And
Wait,
that
thank
is a
you.
testament to you, and that is why we were immediately friends from our first conversation. It was like, oh my God, you are so open and so good at connecting with people. And so you're just an amazing person, I think. And
Charles, thank
and I also want to say I brought you on here to talk about the Barbie movie.
you.
And you
Barbie,
just
you
told me that you buried a dead body with you dug a grave on Pablo Escobar's estate with your bare hands.
dirt in the nails, the
Dirt
whole.
in the nails.
I think I sang Kumbaya because we always did that with our hamsters. I was like,
You sang Kumbaya at your hamster
it
funerals?
was- yes,
That's, I'll take it. I'll take it. I'll take it. It's very,
one thing
very,
at a time.
you know
One
what?
thing at
That's
a
very
time.
90s of you. Kumbaya was pretty big in the 90s.
I'm a '90s baby. Like I'll definitely like reveal my age there. Yeah.
You bear, wow, a stranger. You buried a dead body on Pablo Escobar's estate.
I mean, it's his ashes, but
Technically,
a
transitive
jar of
property of
ashes
algebra.
into I
That is,
it was the craziest experience. But to your point, like we had just really opened up and had vulnerable conversations, and I did feel really, really honored that someone would trust me with a moment like that. So it's so intimate, and she'd been waiting for like 2 years to do it. She just has been carrying them with her everywhere she goes, and she was waiting for the right time with the right people. I mean, it gives me chills. Like it's they were such a special family. It was an honor to even be a part of that. But it does make for me sound like I don't know if Barbie does buries ashes on Pablo Escobar's pool area, but like, you
but
know,
women can do anything.
as the movie says, yes. And so can Ken's. So can
I don't know
Ken's.
about that. That is an incredible
Oh,
story. Thank you for sharing that. That is absolutely
oh my
incredible.
gosh.
That is amazing. That is wild. Okay, 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 okay. Oh my God. That is what is up with the. I just wonder, like, what was the brother? Why did he want to be buried on Pablo Escobar's estate? Like,
He was
I
a
want.
badass. He was a badass. He was like I
Ooh.
think like maybe like in the drug world. But like he really looked up,
Oh.
I think he really looked up Pablo Escobar was one of his like personal heroes. Some people it's Mother Teresa, some people it's like major criminal drug dealers, everyone's different to each their own. As Barbie said, you can be anything you want.
You can be anything you want, even a drug dealer. Um,
Please
I
don't.
see. I
Please
want
don't.
my ashes scattered. Like, I want somebody to do like a sand tap dance on like with my ashes and like my bones crunching under their feet at the Hollywood Bowl. That's where I want. Scatter my ashes
Oh
at the
my
Hollywood Bowl.
god.
Maybe Radio City, Lincoln Center. The
I'm
Comedy
weak.
Française. Just like put me a little on like all the best stages in the world. I would love that. Where I'll never be again.
Bones. The bones underneath the feet. Oh my god, I'm
They
weak.
because
Oh, I'm
ashes aren't
weak.
complete. Well, you've seen them.
Yeah.
There be bones up in them hills. Where can people follow you, by the way, and see your glamorous lifestyle? Because it is glamorous.
It's glamorous. I'm at Quinn of New York. It's my username on everything, TikTok, Instagram, two N's, Quinn. It's funny though that I live this life because I really did grow up super, super poor in Los Angeles. I mean, I remember us like pretty much eating out of the I can't say technically trash can, but like we would wait on Thursdays and Trader Joe's would put their food on top of the trash can and you could go like get it. Um, and like I remember one of my first memories was like my parents had four kids. I'm one of six in the middle. And before our youngest brothers were added to the family, my parents would get the dollar cheeseburger from McDonald's and split it four ways. And I remember like I was like really hungry. And not like my parents did so good. Like they did the best they could. They provided the best they could. And like, obviously like I'm fine now, but to go from like rags to basically riches, I like people think I might have been handed a silver spoon. I wasn't. Like I really struggled growing up. So getting to live any kind of luxury or glamour is like fulfilling all my childhood dreams because it's just kind of what I always dreamed of. Like it was such a struggle. So this is like such a luxury and that's why I don't like to have any Like, I'm not better than anyone. There's no pretentiousness. It's just me enjoying my life and enjoying my best life and hoping that other people can do that too.
You know, I've kind of had kind of an opposite thing where like we were middle class growing up and then eventually like upper middle class. And then as soon as I left college, I was immediately dirt poor. I had literally, I tried to apply for the projects in New York City and I didn't make enough money to qualify for the projects. I
How does
was in
that work?
very precariously, let me tell you. I had nothing. I was like I didn't know where I was going to live, where I was going to
How
uh
old were you when you moved to New York? Like 22?
22. Yeah. It was crazy. And like but then like within a year I was in a better place. But I was like subletting and like roach infested. It was
Where did
horrible.
you, how did you move? Like, where did you live when you moved here that you
I
couldn't qualify for the projects? That's
You
like,
sublet.
I
You
didn't
just
even know you.
sublet. You sublet from Craigslist, like sublet a bedroom that people have to walk through to go to the bathroom. Sublet a room with no furniture where your air mattress leaks and you can't use the kitchen because there's so many roaches. It was
Do you,
Dickensian.
what?
Dickensian poverty. That was really hard. That was really hard. And adjusting to like just making 20 something thousand dollars a year in New York City for a decade is really, really hard. But through that, like I've strangely like lost everything that
Mm,
should matter,
mm.
but I've never been happier because I have followed my dreams and I have done the things that I wanted to do and I've created work and I have proof of the work that I've created, like I finished projects and I've scripts and things and I'm like
Yeah.
I couldn't have chosen elsewhere and like money and things didn't matter to me so I don't have them, but the things that
Yeah.
do matter to me I do have. Look at my show posters on my wall behind me of all the shows
I
I've
love,
written.
I
um
remember your outfits on the show. It was like some people had like really nice clothing, and you were like, I think, I don't remember where you got it. Was it Amazon or something? I don't want
Busted.
to.
I am busted Barbie. I get all of my clothes on Amazon or thrift shops. My favorite kind of shopping is Goodwill hunting. Okay.
That's
That
the most sustainable. That's
Yes. Yeah, I love it. I got this. I'm wearing for those of you listening at home to my sexual voice. I'm wearing a silver sequined bomber jacket that I got in the Haight-Ashbury district at a thrift store in San Francisco. And ever since I bought this, I have had drag queens try to rip it off my body or buy it like practically like running an auction in a
off.
drag club. They are all like every drag queen wants this jacket. It's I love it. I love
I
this
totally
thing.
believe it.
It's
I know
fabulous.
you for
I
like
am
disco.
Yes. Oh, and I'm wearing a shirt that says Disco Never
You're
Dies.
joking. Oh my God.
Ah, look at that! Our cycles are sinking.
It really,
Ah.
it's the full moon. I swear to God, our cycles are sinking.
I have a disco outfit and a disco top, which is my way of talking about the Barbie movie because we're going to get to the whole disco bit in a second.
Yes.
But first, we have two more funny facts to get through. This is so fascinating. Let's get to our next funny fact.